Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are searching through the world of Jefferson nickels, the famous United States 5-cent coins that have been in circulation since 1938. Could a valuable rarity be sitting in your pocket, coin jar or old collection? In today's market report, we will explore amazing Jefferson nickel varieties, rare errors and coins that collectors are searching for. Stay with us as we uncover what makes these small 5-cent coins potentially worth big money. Let's get started. First up, the fascinating 1970s Jefferson nickel, one of the most talked about modern Jefferson nickels among collectors. While millions were struck at the San Francisco Mint, certain uncirculated examples with exceptional quality have become highly desirable. We'll uncover the history of this coin, explain the meaning of the famous S mint mark, reveal the unique features that collectors search for, discuss grading and full steps designation, and examine why a few outstanding examples have reached values in the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, stay with us until the end because this small nickel may have more secrets than you ever imagined. The Jefferson nickel series first appeared in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel after more than 2 decades in circulation. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the 3rd President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse originally featured Jefferson's famous home, Monticello, located in Virginia. By 1970, the Jefferson nickel had already become a familiar part of everyday American commerce. The 1970s issue was produced during a period when the San Francisco Mint primarily focused on proof coinage, but it also struck business strike nickels for annual mint sets. These mint set coins were carefully handled compared with circulation strikes, making them especially attractive to collectors today. One of the first details collectors notice is the small S mint mark located on the obverse beside Jefferson's portrait. This tiny letter tells us the coin was struck at the historic San Francisco Mint. Unlike earlier decades when San Francisco produced large numbers of circulating coins, by 1970, its role had changed significantly. The Mint concentrated on producing high-quality collector coins, giving the 1970s Jefferson nickel a special place in the series. Although millions were minted, collectors appreciate the coin because relatively few survive in truly flawless condition. The obverse displays a dignified portrait of Thomas Jefferson facing left, surrounded by the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1970. On the reverse appears Monticello, Jefferson's magnificent estate, accompanied by EPLURBUSUNUM, United States of America, and 5 cents. Every detail reflects American history, architecture, and patriotism. For collectors, sharp lettering, brilliant luster, and complete design details significantly increase desirability. The 1970s Jefferson nickel consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel, weighing 5 grams with a diameter of 21.21 millimeters. Its plain edge distinguishes it from many other U.S. denominations. Although its metallic value remains low, its collector value depends heavily on preservation, strike quality, originality, and certification. Even tiny differences in condition can dramatically affect market prices. Most 1970s nickels are ordinary collector coins, but certain examples stand apart. Coins with blazing original mint luster, virtually no contact marks, razor-sharp strikes, and outstanding eye appeal attract serious attention. The most sought-after pieces display the famous full steps designation, meaning the steps of Monticello are fully visible and uninterrupted. Achieving full steps on Jefferson nickels is difficult because tiny imperfections during striking can weaken these details. As a result, full steps examples often command much stronger prices than ordinary specimens. When experts evaluate a coin, they assign a mint state grade ranging from MS60 to MS70. Lower mint state grades may show noticeable contact marks despite never entering circulation, while higher grades display fewer flaws and stronger eye appeal. A coin graded MS65 is considered gem uncirculated, while MS66, MS67, and beyond become increasingly scarce. At the highest levels, only a tiny number of surviving coins achieve elite grades, making them prized by advanced collectors around the world. Today's market value depends entirely on condition. A typical 1970s Jefferson nickel from a mint set may sell for only $1 to $10. Attractive gem examples often trade between $15 and $75. Certified premium examples can sell for $100 to several $100s, depending on grade and demand. The finest certified coins with exceptional preservation and full steps have occasionally realized well over $1,000 at major auctions. These extraordinary prices apply only to the highest graded examples, not to average uncirculated coins. Many people wonder how two coins with the same date can have vastly different values. The answer lies in rarity at the highest grades. As grading standards become stricter, even microscopic marks, weak strikes or faint hairlines can lower a coin's grade. Since only a handful of 1970s Jefferson nickels achieve the very highest certified grades with full steps, elite collectors compete aggressively whenever one appears for sale. This competition has produced auction results reaching into the thousands of dollars for exceptional specimens. Another factor that can increase value is the presence of genuine mint errors. Off-center strikes, double strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, dramatic die breaks, and other authentic mint-made mistakes can create substantial collector interest. Error coins are evaluated individually based on rarity, visual appeal, and severity. However, ordinary damage that occurred after the coin left the mint does not increase value. Professional authentication is always recommended before assuming a coin. A rare error collectors seeking top values often submit their coins to respected grading companies such as PCGS or NGC. These organizations verify authenticity, assign an impartial grade, and encapsulate the coin in a protective holder. Certification gives buyers confidence and often increases marketability. For potentially high-grade 1970s Jefferson nickels, professional grading may be worthwhile because even a 1-point difference in grade can significantly change the coin's market value. Begin by looking for the S mint mark and checking whether the coin retains bright original mint luster. Next, inspect Jefferson's portrait for contact marks and examine the reverse under magnification. Pay close attention to the steps of Monticello. If all the steps appear complete without interruptions, your coin may qualify for the desirable full steps designation after professional evaluation. Avoid cleaning or polishing the coin, as this usually reduces collector value. Successful coin collectors focus on quality rather than quantity. Store coins in protective holders, avoid touching surfaces with bare fingers, and keep them away from moisture and chemicals. Research auction results and certified population reports before buying or selling valuable coins. Patience is often rewarded, especially when searching for superior examples that stand above ordinary mint set pieces. Although no coin is guaranteed to increase in value, high-grade certified Jefferson nickels continue to attract strong interest among collectors. The best examples remain difficult to locate because many mint set coins acquired small marks during packaging and storage over the decades. As collectors pursue registry quality sets, demand for exceptional 1970s nickels may remain healthy. Nevertheless, buyers should base expectations on certified grades and current market demand rather than assuming every 1970s nickel is rare. The 1970s Jefferson nickel reminds us that even a humble 5-cent coin can tell an extraordinary story. Its connection to the San Francisco Mint, beautiful Jefferson design, copper-nickel composition, and the possibility of finding a superb full steps example make it an exciting coin for collectors of all experience levels. While most uncirculated examples are worth modest amounts, the very finest certified pieces have reached values in the hundreds and even thousands of dollars because of their exceptional rarity and quality. So before you overlook an old mint set or inherited coin collection, take a closer look at every 1970s Jefferson nickel. You might discover a small American treasure hiding in plain sight. Next up, the 1971 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, is one of the most commonly collected 5-cent coins in the United States, yet it continues to attract enormous attention from coin collectors around the world. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin that has spent decades in circulation, but experienced collectors know that certain examples can be surprisingly valuable. While millions of these nickels were produced, only a tiny percentage possess the exceptional characteristics that make them highly desirable today. The combination of rarity, condition, strike quality, and unusual minting errors can transform an ordinary-looking nickel into a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. In today's video, we'll explore the complete history of the 1971 Jefferson nickel, its unique features, the reasons behind its value, and what collectors look for before paying premium prices. The Jefferson nickel series was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had been circulating since 1913. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his famous Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. The United States Mint selected Jefferson because of his enormous contributions as the third President of the United States, principal author of the Declaration of Independence and one of America's founding fathers. Since its introduction, the Jefferson nickel has become one of the longest-running coin series in American history. By 1971, the design had already been familiar to Americans for more than 3 decades, making the 1971 issue an important part of this historic collection. The 1971 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark was struck exclusively at the Philadelphia Mint. During that period, Philadelphia coins generally did not carry a mint mark, unlike coins produced in Denver, which used the D mint mark, or San Francisco, which used the S. Because of this, many people mistakenly believe that a missing mint mark automatically makes the coin rare. In reality, the absence of a mint mark on a regular 1971 nickel simply indicates that it was produced in Philadelphia. However, despite its high production numbers, collectors carefully inspect every example because certain varieties, unusual strikes and well-preserved coins can be significantly more valuable than ordinary circulated pieces. One of the most fascinating aspects of the 1971 no-mint mark nickel is its design details. The obverse displays Thomas Jefferson's portrait with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1971. The reverse showcases Monticello with the inscriptions "EPLUIBUSUNUM," "MONTICLLO," 5 cents, and "United States of America." Collectors closely examine these details using magnification because the sharpness of Jefferson's hair, facial features, lettering, and Monticello's architectural lines greatly influences the coin's desirability. Coins with exceptionally sharp strikes often command stronger prices in the collector market. Although more than 100 million Philadelphia nickels were struck in 1971, survival in perfect condition is much lower than many people imagine. Most coins entered circulation immediately and remained in everyday use for years. As a result, scratches, worn surfaces, faded details, and damaged edges became extremely common. Coins that escaped circulation and remained in mint state condition are much scarcer today. This difference in preservation explains why collectors may pay dramatically different prices for 2 coins of the same date and mint. Condition is often the single biggest factor affecting value. Another feature that excites collectors is the possibility of mint errors. Error coins are created during the manufacturing process and can become extremely collectible. Some 1971 Jefferson nickels have been found with off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, die breaks, double strikes, broad strikes, or dramatic die deterioration. These minting mistakes make every error coin unique, and collectors are often willing to pay substantial premiums depending on the visibility and rarity of the error. A spectacular mint error can be worth many times more than a standard example. Collectors also search for doubled die varieties. On some coins, portions of the lettering, date, or design appear doubled because of the way the coin dies were manufactured. Genuine doubled dies are different from ordinary machine doubling and are carefully authenticated by professional grading services. If a rare doubled die variety is discovered on a 1971 no-mint mark nickel, its value may increase significantly. Because these varieties are uncommon, knowledgeable collectors inspect their coins with magnifying glasses or microscopes in hopes of finding hidden treasures. The overall condition of the coin is measured using the Sheldon grading scale, which ranges from poor-1 to mint state-70. A heavily worn 1971 no-mint mark nickel may only be worth its face value or a small premium. Coins graded extremely fine or about uncirculated often appeal to collectors assembling complete sets. However, mint state examples with brilliant luster, clean surfaces, strong strikes, and minimal contact marks are the true stars of the market. Professionally graded coins in MS66, MS67, or higher can bring impressive prices because very few survive in such outstanding condition. Current market values vary widely depending on condition and rarity. Most circulated 1971 Philadelphia nickels, without a mint mark, are worth approximately 5 cents to $1. Attractive uncirculated examples may sell for several dollars or even a few dozen. High-grade certified coins with exceptional eye appeal have sold for hundreds of dollars, while the finest known registry-quality specimens can reach into the thousands of dollars at major auctions. Similarly, rare error coins or significant double die varieties may command prices from several $100s to several $1,000s, depending on their uniqueness and collector demand. Professional grading plays a major role in establishing market value. Independent grading companies evaluate authenticity, preservation, strike quality, and surface condition before assigning an official grade. Collectors have greater confidence when purchasing professionally graded coins because they know the coin has been carefully examined by experts. Certified coins also tend to perform better at auctions, especially when they possess unusually high grades or recognized mint errors. If you believe your 1971 no-mint mark nickel is exceptional, professional authentication may help reveal its full collectible potential. If you own a 1971 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark, examine it carefully before assuming it is ordinary. Use good lighting and a magnifying glass to inspect the lettering, Jefferson's portrait Monticello, and the date. Look for unusual doubling, missing design elements, cracks, off-center strikes, or other minting abnormalities. Also pay close attention to the coin's luster, color, and surface preservation. Even a small difference in condition can dramatically influence the coin's value. Taking the time to inspect every detail may lead to an exciting discovery. Many stories circulate online claiming that every 1971 no-mint mark nickel is worth thousands of dollars. While these stories generate excitement, the truth is more balanced. Only coins with exceptional preservation, recognized mint errors, or important varieties usually achieve values in the hundreds or thousands of dollars. Most ordinary circulated examples remain common and inexpensive. Understanding this distinction helps collectors make informed decisions, while still appreciating the possibility that an overlooked treasure could occasionally appear in pocket change, old coin jars, estate collections, or inherited albums. The popularity of Jefferson nickels continues to grow because they combine American history, affordable collecting, and the thrill of discovering valuable varieties. New collectors often begin with this series because the coins are easy to find, yet advanced specialists continue searching for rare high-grade examples and unusual errors. Every coin tells part of America's story, connecting modern collectors with the nation's past through the portrait of Thomas Jefferson and the image of Monticello. This historical connection adds lasting appeal beyond simple monetary value. As the rare coin market continues to evolve, exceptional 1971 no-mint mark Jefferson nickels remain attractive to collectors who appreciate quality and rarity. Auction records demonstrate that premium examples can achieve remarkable prices when demand is strong. If your coin displays outstanding preservation, a certified high grade, or a significant mint error, it could potentially be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether you are an experienced numismatist or just beginning your collecting journey, always inspect old coins carefully, because an ordinary-looking 5-cent piece could become one of the most exciting discoveries in your collection. Next up, the 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. At first glance, this 5-cent coin may look ordinary, but appearances can be deceiving. While millions of these nickels were produced, a small number have unique characteristics, striking errors, exceptional preservation, or rare die varieties that make them highly desirable. Some examples have sold for hundreds of dollars, while a few extraordinary pieces with rare features or certified errors have reached values in the thousands. In today's video, we'll cover the complete history of the 1973 Jefferson nickel, explain why some coins are valuable, reveal the features collectors look for, discuss grading, identify possible mint errors, and examine today's market prices. Be sure to watch until the end because your pocket change could hold a valuable surprise. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by sculptor Felix Schlag, the coin honors Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and author of the Declaration of Independence. The reverse features Jefferson's famous Virginia home, Monticello. By 1973, the United States was experiencing inflation and economic uncertainty, yet the nickel remained composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel. Unlike many other U.S. coins that changed metal composition during the 1960s and 1970s, the Jefferson nickel retained its traditional alloy. The 1973 issue became part of everyday American commerce, with hundreds of millions entering circulation, making it one of the most familiar coins of its era. One of the biggest questions collectors ask is why some 1973 Jefferson nickels have no mint mark. The answer is simple. During 1973, nickels struck at the Philadelphia Mint did not carry a mint mark. This was completely normal and does not automatically make the coin rare. Denver coins display a D, while San Francisco proof coins carry an S. Therefore, a missing mint mark on a regular circulation strike usually indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. However, certain Philadelphia coins with unusual die varieties, striking errors, or exceptional preservation have become highly collectible, which is why experts carefully examine every no-mint mark nickel. The obverse displays a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson with the inscriptions "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date 1973. On the reverse appears Monticello, surrounded by the inscriptions EPLUIBUSUNUM, MONTICLLO, 5 cents, and United States of America. The coin weighs exactly 5 grams, measures 21.21 millimeters in diameter, and features a smooth edge without reeds. Collectors inspect these design details carefully because unusual doubling, weak strikes, die cracks, off-center strikes, or missing design elements can dramatically increase a coin's desirability. Many collectors discover a 1973 Jefferson nickel in fine condition. In this grade, Jefferson's portrait still shows clear details, although the hair and cheek have moderate wear. Monticello remains visible with recognizable architectural details, but many finer lines have faded. The lettering should remain readable, and the rims should still be complete. While fine condition is considered circulated, it remains collectible, especially if the coin displays attractive surfaces, natural color, or a rare mint error. Condition always plays a major role in determining value. The vast majority of 1973 Philadelphia nickels are worth only face value because they were produced in enormous quantities. However, rarity emerges when a coin possesses an unusual characteristic. Collectors search for doubled dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, die breaks, retained cuds, wrong planchet errors, rotated dies, and dramatic die cracks. Even subtle varieties can significantly increase collector demand. In addition, coins that survived in nearly perfect mint state condition are much scarcer than circulated examples, making high-grade specimens especially valuable. Some of the most exciting 1973 Jefferson nickels are genuine mint errors created during production. Off-center strikes showing 10 to 50% misalignment are highly collectible. Double strikes occur when a coin is struck more than once. Clipped planchets leave a curved section missing from the coin. Die cracks appear as raised lines across the surface, while double die varieties produce noticeable doubling in letters or numbers. Wrong planchet errors, although extremely rare, can command remarkable prices because the nickel was accidentally struck on a blank, intended for another denomination. Every unusual feature should be authenticated before assuming it is valuable. Today's coin market offers a wide range of values for the 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. A typical circulated coin in fine condition generally sells for around $0.05 to $1. Extremely fine examples may bring $2 to $10, while attractive uncirculated coins often sell for $15 to $75. Certified mint state pieces graded MS66 or MS67 may reach $100 to several $100s depending on eye appeal and certification. Genuine major mint error coins, spectacular die varieties, or exceptionally preserved examples have sold for hundreds and sometimes thousands of dollars, especially in competitive auctions where collector demand is strong. Professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC evaluate coins for authenticity, condition, and market quality. A certified coin often commands greater confidence among buyers because the grade has been verified by experts. High-grade Jefferson nickels become increasingly scarce, and even a 1-point difference in grade can substantially affect market value. If you believe your 1973 nickel displays an unusual error or remains in exceptional condition, professional certification may reveal significant collector value. Jefferson nickel collectors enjoy assembling complete date and mint collections, variety collections, and error collections. Because millions of people collect Jefferson nickels, demand remains consistent. When an uncommon variety or certified error enters the market, competitive bidding can push prices much higher than expected. The excitement of discovering an overlooked rarity continues to attract both experienced numismatists and beginners searching through everyday change. If you own a 1973 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel, begin by examining it under good lighting with a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe. Look closely at the date, lettering, Jefferson's portrait, and Monticello. Search for doubling, unusual lines, off-center strikes, die cracks, clipped edges, or signs that the coin was struck on the wrong planchet. Compare your coin with certified examples to determine whether its features are normal or genuinely unusual. Never clean the coin, as cleaning can greatly reduce its collectible value. Auction records show that ordinary circulated 1973 Philadelphia nickels rarely command high prices. However, certified high-grade examples with outstanding eye appeal, rare die varieties, or dramatic mint errors have achieved impressive auction results. Some collectors have paid several $100s, while particularly unusual certified errors have reached into the thousands. It is important to remember that these high prices apply only to genuinely rare coins. Not to every 1973 nickel without a mint mark. New collectors should learn basic grading standards, study mint errors, and handle coins carefully by the edges. Store coins in protective holders to prevent scratches and environmental damage. Research completed auction sales rather than relying on exaggerated online listings. Building knowledge takes time, but careful observation and patience can help collectors recognize valuable varieties that others might overlook. Every coin deserves a close inspection because unexpected discoveries do happen. If your 1973 Jefferson nickel has no mint mark, remains in unusually high condition, or displays a verified mint error, it could attract serious collector interest. While most circulated examples are common, exceptional coins continue to command strong prices in today's market. The key is authentication, careful grading, and understanding exactly what makes a particular coin different from the millions of ordinary pieces produced in Philadelphia during the 1973 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. Remember, not every no mint mark nickel is rare, but genuine mint errors, certified high-grade examples, and important die varieties can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Before spending an old Jefferson nickel, examine it carefully because one small detail could make all the difference. Next up, the 1974 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary 5-cent coin that millions of Americans used every day. Most people would never imagine that a small nickel could sometimes be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. While the majority of 1974 nickels are only worth face value or a small premium, certain examples with exceptional preservation, rare minting characteristics, or striking errors have sold for impressive amounts. In this video, we'll explore the history of the 1974 Jefferson nickel, explain why some examples are valuable, discuss the unique features collectors search for, and reveal what determines whether your coin could be worth far more than 5 cents. Stay with us until the end, because one small detail could completely change the value of your coin. The story of the Jefferson nickel began long before 1974. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had circulated throughout the early 20th century. The new design honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. Artist Felix Schlag created the original portrait of Jefferson on the front of the coin, and featured his famous Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1974, this design had already become one of America's most recognizable circulating coins. Millions of these nickels passed through cash registers, vending machines, banks, and family piggy banks every single day. Because they were produced in such enormous numbers, most people assumed they would never become collectible. Yet time has proven that even common coins can become valuable when they possess rare characteristics or survive in outstanding condition. The 1974 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark was produced at the Philadelphia Mint. During that era, Philadelphia coins generally carried no mint mark, making the absence of a mint mark completely normal rather than an error. More than 600 million no mint mark nickels were struck for circulation, making this one of the highest mintage Jefferson nickels of the decade. Since so many were produced, worn examples are extremely common today and are usually worth only a few cents. However, collectors know that survival is different from quality. Most circulated coins accumulated scratches, dull surfaces, contact marks, and worn details over decades of use. Finding a sharply struck, brilliantly preserved example is much more difficult than finding an ordinary circulated coin, and that difference plays a major role in determining value. One of the most important factors affecting the value of a 1974 Jefferson nickel is its condition. Coin grading companies use a scale from poor-1 to mint state-70. A circulated coin graded good, very good, or fine usually has significant wear and little collector premium. Coins graded extremely fine or about uncirculated begin attracting more interest, while mint state examples with original mint luster become increasingly desirable. The finest known examples, especially those certified as MS66, MS67, or higher by professional grading services, are exceptionally scarce compared to the enormous number originally minted. Because collectors compete fiercely for top population coins, auction prices can increase dramatically for the very best survivors. Another feature that can make a 1974 Jefferson nickel desirable is a strong, fully detailed strike. Collectors carefully examine Jefferson's hair, cheek, jawline, lettering, and the intricate architectural details of Monticello. Weakly struck coins often lose fine details, while sharply struck examples display crisp lettering, bold columns, and complete steps leading to Monticello. Coins with what collectors call full steps on the reverse are especially popular because they demonstrate outstanding strike quality. Even though not every full steps coin is extremely valuable, examples with this designation often command much stronger prices than ordinary coins of similar grade. Mint errors add another exciting layer to the story of the 1974 Jefferson nickel. Although the standard no-mint mark nickel is common, genuine mint errors can be surprisingly scarce. Collectors search for off-center strikes, double strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, cud errors, struck-through errors, and doubled dies. These mistakes occurred during the manufacturing process at the United States Mint and create coins that differ from normal production. Depending on the type of error, its visibility, rarity, and condition, some error nickels can sell for hundreds of dollars, while dramatic and well-preserved examples have reached well into the thousands at major auctions. Many people hear stories online claiming that every 1974 no-mint mark nickel is worth thousands of dollars. That simply is not accurate. The overwhelming majority of circulated examples remain worth only face value or a small premium. However, exceptional coins absolutely do exist. A high-grade mint state specimen with attractive original surfaces, outstanding eye appeal, and a full steps designation may be worth hundreds of dollars. Add a rare mint error or an exceptionally high certified grade, and auction prices can climb into the thousands. This is why every coin should be evaluated individually rather than judged solely by its date. So what exactly should you examine if you own a 1974 Jefferson nickel? Start by checking that there is no mint mark next to Jefferson's portrait, confirming it was struck in Philadelphia. Next, inspect both sides under bright lighting using a magnifying glass. Look for unusually sharp details, original mint luster, and minimal scratches. Carefully inspect the lettering for doubling and the reverse for complete steps on Monticello. Also search for unusual striking errors such as clipped edges, off-center designs, or die breaks. Every small detail contributes to the coin's desirability, and sometimes the tiniest difference separates an ordinary nickel from a collector's prize. Professional grading is another important consideration. Companies such as PCGS and NGC authenticate coins, assign official grades, and encapsulate them in protective holders. A professionally certified coin gives buyers confidence that the piece is genuine and accurately graded. In today's competitive market, certified high-grade Jefferson nickels often attract stronger bids than similar raw coins because collectors trust independent grading standards. If you believe your 1974 nickel has exceptional quality or an unusual error, professional certification may significantly improve its marketability. Let's talk about current market values. A heavily circulated 1974 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is generally worth around 5 cents to perhaps $1, depending on condition and collector demand. Attractive uncirculated examples can range from several dollars to several dozen dollars. Certified mint state coins with exceptional preservation often sell for hundreds of dollars. The finest known specimens, particularly those carrying the coveted full steps designation or featuring spectacular mint errors, have achieved auction prices reaching into the thousands of dollars. Remember, these high values apply only to rare, certified, top-quality coins, not to ordinary circulated examples. The reason collectors pay such impressive prices is simple: rarity within quality. Even though hundreds of millions of these nickels were struck, very few survived decades without wear, damage, cleaning, or environmental deterioration. Every time a coin entered circulation, its condition gradually declined. High-grade survivors became increasingly scarce over the years. Add outstanding strike quality or a significant mint error, and the population becomes even smaller. That combination of rarity, collector demand, and historical significance creates the potential for remarkable auction results. Another fascinating aspect of the 1974 Jefferson nickel is its composition. Like most Jefferson nickels produced after World War II, it consists of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs 5 grams and measures 21.2 millimeters in diameter with a plain edge. While these specifications are standard, collectors still verify weight and dimensions because unusual planchet errors can occasionally create valuable varieties. Even small deviations in weight or metal composition may indicate an uncommon minting mistake worth further investigation. If you're searching through old change, inherited collections, or bank rolls, patience is your greatest advantage. Many valuable coins have been discovered in forgotten jars, dresser drawers, estate collections, and family albums. Although finding an extraordinary 1974 Jefferson nickel is uncommon, it is certainly possible. Every collector knows that exciting discoveries begin with careful observation. Examine every coin slowly, compare it with reliable references, and never clean a potentially valuable coin, as cleaning can significantly reduce collector value. The popularity of Jefferson nickels continues to grow among collectors because they combine American history, affordable collecting, and the excitement of searching for rare varieties. Beginners appreciate that most dates are inexpensive, while experienced numismatists enjoy pursuing full-steps examples, major mint errors, and top-certified grades. The 1974 no-mint mark nickel perfectly represents this balance. Most examples are common, but a tiny percentage possess characteristics that make them highly desirable and surprisingly valuable in today's marketplace. As we conclude today's video, remember that the date alone does not determine value. A 1974 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark becomes truly special only when exceptional condition, a rare mint error, outstanding strike quality, or elite certified grading sets it apart from the millions of ordinary coins produced that year. If you own one, take the time to inspect it carefully. You may simply have a 5-cent coin, or you could be holding a collectible worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Next up, the 1976 Jefferson nickel, a 5-cent United States coin that many people discover in old collections, jars, and inherited coin boxes. Some collectors search for the 1976 nickel because they believe a coin with no mint mark could be extremely rare and valuable. In this video, we will examine the history, design, unique features, rarity factors, and the current market value of the 1976 Jefferson nickel. We will also explain why some examples can attract strong collector interest while others remain common circulation coins. Paragraph 2. History and background of the Jefferson nickel series. The Jefferson nickel series began in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel that had been produced by the United States Mint since 1913. The new design honored Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the author of the Declaration of Independence. The obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Jefferson, while the reverse originally displayed his famous home, Monticello, located in Virginia. The Jefferson nickel became one of America's longest-running coin designs and has remained in production for decades, making it an important part of United States numismatic history. Paragraph 3. The 1976 Jefferson nickel and America's bicentennial era. The year 1976 was a special time in American history because the nation celebrated its 200th anniversary, known as the bicentennial. During this period, many people expected special commemorative designs on United States coins. However, the Jefferson nickel continued with its traditional design instead of receiving a major bicentennial redesign. The 1976 Jefferson nickel represents an interesting moment when America was celebrating its past while continuing everyday coin production. This historical connection adds appeal for collectors who enjoy coins connected to important national events. Paragraph 4. Understanding the no-mint mark on the 1976 nickel. One of the biggest reasons people become interested in the 1976 Jefferson nickel is the absence of a mint mark. On United States coins, a missing mint mark can sometimes indicate a rare error, but collectors must understand that this is not always the case. In 1976, Jefferson nickels produced at the Philadelphia Mint were intentionally made without a mint mark. Therefore, a normal 1976 nickel with no letter under Monticello is not considered a rare minting mistake. The no mint mark feature is actually normal for Philadelphia-produced coins from that era. Paragraph 5. Design features of the 1976 Jefferson nickel. The 1976 Jefferson nickel contains several classic design elements that make it recognizable to collectors. The front of the coin shows Thomas Jefferson's portrait facing left, along with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the year 1976. The reverse displays Monticello with the words United States of America, EPLURBUSUNUM, and 5 cents. The coin was made mainly from a copper-nickel composition, giving it the familiar silver-colored appearance seen on many modern United States nickels. Paragraph 6. Specifications and physical details. A standard 1976 Jefferson nickel has a diameter of approximately 21.2 millimeters and weighs about 5 grams. The edge of the coin is smooth, unlike some older American coins that feature reeded edges. These technical details help collectors identify genuine examples and separate normal coins from unusual varieties or damaged pieces. When examining any possible valuable nickel, collectors often check weight, size, design details, and overall condition before determining its importance. Paragraph 7. Why condition matters so much in coin values. The condition of a coin is one of the most important factors that determines its market value. A heavily circulated 1976 Jefferson nickel with scratches, stains, or worn details usually has very little premium above face value. However, a coin preserved in exceptional condition with sharp details, original shine, and no damage can attract collectors. Coins graded by professional companies in very high mint state levels may sell for significantly more than ordinary examples because collectors compete for the finest known specimens. Paragraph 8. The role of professional coin grading. Professional grading plays a major role in the modern coin market. Organizations that evaluate coins examine factors such as strike quality, surface condition, luster, and preservation. A 1976 Jefferson nickel that receives a very high grade can become more desirable because buyers have confidence in its authenticity and quality. While most examples are common, rare high-grade pieces or unusual errors are the coins that create excitement among serious collectors. Paragraph 9. Possible errors that can increase value. Although a normal 1976 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is common, certain mint errors can make a coin more interesting. Examples of valuable errors may include unusual strikes, doubled design elements, off-center strikes, or other production mistakes. These errors are different from normal characteristics and must be verified carefully. Collectors should be cautious because many online claims about ordinary coins being worth thousands of dollars are exaggerated. Paragraph 10. Current market value of the 1976 Jefferson nickel. The market value of a 1976 Jefferson nickel depends heavily on its condition and rarity. A typical circulated example may be worth around 5 cents to a small premium. Uncirculated coins may bring higher prices, especially when professionally graded. Exceptional examples, rare errors, or top-condition certified coins can sometimes reach hundreds of dollars, and in very unusual cases valuable coins can command much higher prices. However, a regular 1976 no-mint mark nickel is generally not a $1,000 coin. Paragraph 11. Why some collectors search for these coins. Coin collecting is not only about money. It is also about history, preservation, and discovery. Many collectors enjoy searching through old coins because every piece tells a story. The 1976 Jefferson nickel connects collectors with the bicentennial period, American traditions, and decades of everyday commerce. Even a common coin can become meaningful because of where it was found, who owned it, or how it represents a specific moment in history. Paragraph 12. How to examine your 1976 Jefferson nickel at home. If you find a 1976 Jefferson nickel, carefully examine both sides of the coin. Look for sharp details on Jefferson's hair, the lettering, Monticello, and any unusual features. Avoid cleaning the coin because harsh cleaning can reduce collector value. Use proper lighting and, if possible, a magnifying glass to inspect the surface. If the coin appears unusual or extremely well preserved, consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. Paragraph 13. Investment potential and collector interest. Coins are collected for many reasons, including history, rarity, beauty, and investment potential. The 1976 Jefferson nickel is an example of a coin where condition and rarity are much more important than age alone. A newer coin can sometimes be valuable if it has a rare error or exceptional quality, while an older coin may remain inexpensive if millions were produced. Understanding the market helps collectors make better decisions and avoid unrealistic expectations. Paragraph 14. The truth about hidden treasure. Nickel claims. Many videos and online posts claim that ordinary coins are worth thousands of dollars, creating excitement among the public. While some rare coins truly have amazing values, most coins require specific characteristics to become valuable. The 1976 Jefferson nickel with no mint mark is an interesting collectible, but the real treasures are usually found among rare errors, exceptional grades, or historically significant examples. Knowledge is the most important tool for every coin hunter. Paragraph 15. Final thoughts and conclusion. The 1976 Jefferson nickel remains an important part of United States coin history. Its connection to America's bicentennial year, classic Jefferson design, and collector interest make it a fascinating coin to study. While a normal no-mint mark example is usually common, rare varieties and top-condition specimens can attract strong prices in the coin market. So before spending or selling your old coins, take a close look, because understanding what makes a coin special is the first step toward discovering true numismatic value. Thanks for watching.